Hey everyone, really sorry that you were expecting an actual Slender in Real Life 17, and the video length is probably long, I'm gonna assume, so you probably thought it was a pretty big deal.
First of all, sorry about that. Second of all, to transition, this is actually kind of an announcement for our channel.
We'll probably make an announcement like in another video, but for now it's like we are going to be sort of rebranding our channel and our content and what we're going to be putting on Juntex for a couple of reasons, but we don't have to really get into it.
To sum it up, we're still going to be posting skits when we make them. We've realized that making something that we're proud of takes a lot more time, so we can't pump out the amount of videos that we've wanted to. We're all really busy now. Jack has a full-time job. We're about to go back to college, and we're going to be really busy, so stuff like that.
I thought we said keep it short.
But the big thing is that we're going to be pumping out a lot of content going forward. It's just going to be different, because what we've realized is that you guys just want us to make content. Like, I feel like you guys just want us to make anything, and we're like, okay, we're just going to make stuff that's not that it's easier, but just stuff that is more...
Stuff that we can do more.
Yeah, stuff that we can do a lot more.
It's hard to come up with an idea for a film.
And then to get everyone together, and then to schedule everything, and then
but it's easy to play a video game
and make a video.
Easy to
do a challenge. Right. So we want to do a lot of that stuff because it's like we don't want this channel to die. Like, we love this channel. We have a ton of subscribers, and YouTube is really back from the adpocalypse. We just have come to the conclusion that it's time for us to just jump back on the horse, but just with something different, something that we can consistently deliver to you guys, and hopefully something that you guys want to see.
So, moving on. What is this video actually about?
So we went and saw the new Slender Man movie. I don't know if you guys saw the commercials for it.
And God, was it awful.
Oh, yeah.
In summary, like, it was just terrible.
It was the most absolutely sub-average movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. This video is about us going a little bit in depth, talking about the Slender movie, and at the end, maybe talking about the Slender series.
And maybe if you guys like this will be something that we do more often. Juntex movie reviews.
Juntex movie rants.
Rants.
It's more like...
It's like the...
Can't come up with a concise formula for a review.
Opinion videos seem to be what people really like to see, and we form a lot of opinions when we watch stuff. So let's start with the review.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Let's get into it.
Have a shitty movie.
I made a list. So first of all, horror movies in general, I don't usually watch because they're not usually well made. Not to say that there aren't good horror movies, it's just the majority of them are very badly written and really just depend on jump scares to have any kind of material for a movie.
Those bad horror movies are the movies that horror fans like.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Which it really does. It's like, I've seen very few horror movies, and it's like, I saw Insidious 2, that movie blew in every level, but it was not as bad as the Slender Man movie.
Yeah, so
on every level.
So first, let's start talking about Slender before this video gets too long.
Yeah, we'll start with the story, and it was really stupid.
Yeah, so with Slender, there's a lot of things about the story. You want to just go through the spoiler?
Sure.
Spoiler.
Oh yeah, full spoiler alert.
Even don't watch this movie. Actually, if you want a good
laugh, a good many laughs.
So
it's like, I understand that they wanted to bring some kind of an original concept to the idea of Slender. It's like they didn't just want to copycat everything that's come before.
No, but that's exactly what they did. This is like every horror movie except the monster is Slender Man.
And it was really stupid. It's like, to start out, the way they summoned Slender Man
was dumb.
I kid you not, was watching a YouTube video with your fucking eyes closed. You watch the YouTube video, and when the bell starts dinging, you close your eyes. And after the third ding, you open your eyes, and you just summon Slender Man.
Yeah. Also,
fucking A+ writing.
Slender Man goes after children in all of the... Literally
every
else.
other instance of Slender Man. He goes after children.
Except for
our series. Because we, came up with something very different.
Yeah, that was extremely different. But so generally, Slender Man goes after children, but in this movie, they go after
adult teenagers.
Yeah, they go after
17
teenagers
to 18-year-olds
that look like they're adults. Which is just a classic thing that happens in movies.
The classic. It was hard to cast children.
Yeah. So they watch the video, and then immediately they think it... You know what's stupid is that they think it's real at first. They're immediately like, yup, this is happening now.
Oh, yeah, we're haunted. It's like, imagine watching a YouTube video, and the YouTube video is like, you are haunted by Slender Man. You'd be like, ha, that's fucking stupid. I'm gonna go make Pop-Tarts. They're all just like... Where's my Oscar? It's just, it immediately rips the realism from the movie. It's like your characters have to act believably.
Yeah.
But they totally don't.
So the next day or whatever, next couple days, one girl goes missing. Then all the other girls start getting haunted by Slender Man. Then they meet somebody online who's like, I know who Slender Man is. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
So stupid and
cheesy. Cliche.
And
lazy
so
writing.
they do what she says. They go try and summon Slender Man again by sacrificing things they don't care about. They do care about.
They do care about, which led to one of the funniest lines in the movie.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so at the beginning of the movie, the main character, they make it a point that she is a track athlete, but she kind of doesn't care about track, but it never goes anywhere, and it was just really stupid. Like, they make a mention about it at the dinner table, how she improved her 1600 meter time.
Yeah.
And then, like, you didn't hear about it until, like, they sacrifice something they care about, and she puts, like, her track medal on there.
No, she doesn't do that. And what's her name is like, oh, I'm surprised you didn't put your track trophy in.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we have to sacrifice something we care about. It's like, okay.
No, then later, this is what happens. The other girl, the second girl that gets possessed is like getting possessed. So the two main girls are like in school now, and they're arguing, and she's like, oh, I can't help our friend, I have track practice. And then she's like, I thought you didn't care about track. It was so funny.
It was
so
just
stupid.
like, it was just like the stupidest plot point in a movie ever.
So then, all of a sudden, Slender Man travels through walls, and you can see what he's doing through your phone.
They get like a FaceTime call from Slender Man.
Yeah.
And it's like on the phone screen is just what he sees. And it's like, oh, didn't know he could do that.
Then they do some extreme research about Slender Man, like Googling.
It's like a compilation of like Google search, like Slender Man sightings. And it's like all these real things pop up. And it's like
kidnapped children in the local area. It's like so generic.
And then like a bunch of like pinpoints on the map, just like, it all makes sense now. And it's like, what does that mean?
And then Slender Man walks in the library towards her.
He walks. You know, the thing that Slender Man
doesn't do.
But
you know what? That wasn't even the worst part.
Sure, I'll give you that one. Sure, in your world, Slender Man can walk. That's fine. One of the stupid things about the story is that one of the characters really never gets her story tied up. It's like there are two main characters and there are two like sub-friends in the group.
Nobody gets their story tied up.
I guess that's true. So the biggest thing is that the main character and her friend, Ren, I think that was her name, convinces her sister to go summon Slender Man in the woods. And she gets possessed by Slender Man.
And then the girl is mad at the other girl for doing it to the sister, and it's drama. So then they go meet up at her foster home, I think, is where Ren lives. And they get into a little argument, and then Slender Man FaceTimes them.
She gets sucked out of the window.
Yeah. Does she die?
I guess.
I think Ren dies, or gets sucked out of the window from
no,
something.
it's not death. The ending is crazy, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah. So then, what's her name? The main character, who I forgot her name, runs into the woods to try, because she figures out.
Yeah, she figures out through whatever they did through all their extensive Google searching.
Yeah, through a plot hole, she finds out that
the only way to get her sister back.
He wants us.
So they realize that the only way to get her sister back is for them to sacrifice them to get unpossessed or whatever. So yeah, she runs into the woods. She's like, it just didn't make any sense. She runs into the woods. She comes face to face with Slender Man. She's like, take me. And then like he touches her and she screams and
runs away.
And it's like,
what do you want? You want him to take you, or do you want him to chase you? It's like, are you a fucking dog?
But the ending of the movie, I shit you not, Slender Man turns the girls into trees. That's how it ends. And the sister gets freed.
Yeah.
They turn into trees. How is that a satisfying ending? The whole time I'm sitting in the theater, I'm like, how is this supposed to end? Like, what satisfying ending am I supposed to get by this? I'm like, oh, there isn't one. Yeah. It's stupid.
Because, again, like, coming back to how nobody's stories got tied up. And we forgot to mention a key character in the entire story, Tom. I remember his name.
So Tom and his friends.
Tom is the classic love interest any fucking movie does.
So there's like two. So Tom and then one of the other best friends really never get tied up. But the thing at the beginning is Tom.
No. Also, the girl that goes missing never gets tied up.
Right.
The black girl never gets tied up.
Right.
Tom never gets tied up. Yeah. And those are 3 of like the 5 characters.
So what happens? And this was, oh my god, this was like the most cliche fucking line, and it made my soul like cringe. It was like, so the girls found out that you could summon Slender Man by watching the video because somebody heard a secret that the guys were gonna go over to Kyle's house and do it or some shit like that. And so they're like, oh well, they're gonna do it, we can do it too. And they get to school the next day and all the girls are like, they look like fucking heroin addicts. They're like scratching, they got bags under their eyes. One of the guys is like, oh yeah, we wimped out, we didn't do it. It's like, oh, that was stupid. And then by the end, the love interest of the main character, the main character's like, don't watch this video. Whatever you do, don't watch this video.
Wait. Let's back up and let's get to the beginning of this perfectly crafted scene. Main character girl, who I forget her name, has a date with Tom. Instead of helping her friends, get rid of Slender Man's possession, right, she has a date, which is more important. So she goes to the date with Tom, who... It's like, are they dating? Are they not? Are they boyfriend and girlfriend? Who knows what is going on?
It's like the tension between them is not clear and not explained.
Yeah, and then
which makes what happens really funny.
Yeah, so they get to the house, all of a sudden, his house, and he's like, my parents aren't home. So they go upstairs, they put on music, and like, bam, they start fucking making out. And I was just like,
just wow. Out of nowhere. It was like all right,
shit.
There you go.
Fucking crazy.
There was just nothing. It was just not like a satisfying, gets the love character. I was like, I don't give a shit about any of these people or what they're doing.
So then main character girl gets possessed or has a freak out during
she has like a hallucination while they're making out.
And then Tom is like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. And then she explains to him, sort of, or not. It's not clear. It's like she explains to him what is going on.
And she's like, whatever you do, don't watch this video.
Yeah, and then she's like, don't watch the video. And then he's like, pfft. And then he watches the fucking video.
And he comes into school the next day and he looks like the heroin addict. And you're like, oh great, Tom watched the video. And
that's it. That's it. That's the last you see of him.
You don't know anything else about him.
You don't know what happens to him.
Because they ran out of budget, I guess.
Yeah, they ran out of brain cells.
I ran out of brain cells at that point.
And then the black chick who initially gets FaceTimed by Slender Man, she gets like possessed and she's like...
The last thing you see of her, like, as a character is, like, she's, like, it looks like Slender Man is choking her, but then it cuts away and she's, like, choking herself.
The two girls go to her house.
Before that.
Yeah.
And then, like, you don't get, it's like she's, like, choking herself, it cuts away, and then near the end of the movie, the two main girls go to her house, and she's just staring out the window.
Like something.
She looks like a zombie.
And her mom is like, nobody come over.
And that's it.
And you don't see any more of her.
That was
it's
the
like,
end.
what happens to everybody in this movie? The main character's a tree, Ren is missing, or dead.
She just gets sucked out of a window.
The black chick is a zombie, Tom is possessed, and the little sister survives.
So what did we accomplish? Nothing. I hate the horror movie idea of just not showing the horror.
Yeah.
It's like you barely saw Slender Man.
Yeah.
It's like you saw him for no more than like 20 seconds on screen at a time. And then like you see him in the background, and that's fine. But by the end of the movie, it's just like... You just need the satisfaction that you waited so long to see him that you want to see him. It's like, let me give you a counterexample to this, which made me so happy. It's like, I know it's a totally different genre, but if you saw Kong Skull Island, you see King Kong in the first like 8 minutes, and then you see him the whole movie.
Okay, that's true.
It's like, it just made me so happy. It's like, yes, that's why I watched this movie.
Yeah, but that
for
movie,
King Kong.
That movie wasn't that good.
Whatever it was, it's like it was satisfying that you get to. You paid money to see Slender Man, and you didn't see Slender Man. You saw a bunch of bitchy teenagers walk around and act like fucking morons.
Yeah,
it's like. That was it. That was the movie. It wasn't Slender Man, and it's like the scenes that you saw him in really didn't make any sense at all whatsoever. The acting wasn't bad. The two main characters I thought were pretty good.
I'm sure all of the cast members are fine actors.
Because this is the biggest misconception with things. It's like, it's like the Nicolas Cage and like the Brendan Fraser. It's like, it's not that they're bad actors. It's just that they continuously take roles with garbage writing.
Yeah.
And if you have garbage writing, it's hard to be a good actor. And it's like, from what these actors were given, they did a pretty good job. It's like, it seemed like they did the research.
When you're given a line like, I thought you didn't care about Shrek. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Well, yeah, how you can only act that so well. The cinematography was also, it was okay. It looked like they rented out like a fucking Red Dragon camera or something, and they paid some decent cinematographer, and whoever the assistant camera person was didn't do a very good job, because there were a lot of scenes that were semi out of focus, but that's just nitpicking. The way that Slender Man was like shot and showed was just like dumb.
So there was one scene in the library. I wish Slender Man, aside from the walking part, because it was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But aside from the walking part, that library scene, you actually saw him for a decent amount of time.
Like as much as that scene sucked, it was probably the best scene in the movie.
I think that was where he had the most screen time. It was like almost getting somewhere, but then it didn't. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Special effects. Yikes. They did not have a high budget for those.
I'd say they were very inconsistent.
It's okay. Yeah.
Because there were parts where Slender Man looked okay.
Yeah, there were parts where he looked really good, but then there were parts where he looked like 4 pixels. He just looked like a drawn cartoon.
Like in the back, when you saw Slender Man in like the background, when he was like stalking somebody, it looked terrible.
It looked like just somebody threw it together in like Blender.
Yeah, but
it was just not good. But then, like, in the library, like, he looked really good.
Pretty good.
Like, they put a lot of work into that. And then the scenes where he's small, they're like, just, make something.
And then the final scene, with the tree scene, I think he looked pretty awful. Especially when he was, like, moving like a spider.
Yeah.
He looked so dumb. I mean, but special effects, they
don't make or break a movie.
They don't make or break a movie for me. It's like, The Mummy 2, we all know what happened at the end of that. But I still enjoyed that movie.
Sure. You have to put into perspective, it's like, I'm sure the budget of the movie wasn't the biggest budget ever. And it's like, budget doesn't affect things like writing and storytelling. It does affect things like special effects. So it's like, that gets a soft pass. It does take away from, like, the scariness. It's like, oh, you're supposed to be scared of Slender Man standing over there, but he looks like a fucking video game character.
Like a JPEG image.
Yeah. So creepy and so scary.
He can affect anyone, and that's part of the terror of the Slender Man. He can appear anywhere.
Okay, the scariness. It wasn't.
Oh no, this movie was not scary at all.
Not at all.
It was funny.
There was one part, the only part that made me like, kind of like that caught me by surprise was when she was making out with her boyfriend, love interest, whatever, and then she hallucinated and it was just like a scream noise and his face was going all over because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, you're not expecting it because we were laughing at the fact that it was happening.
Yeah, I was just laughing at the fact that like the story had brought us to the point that they were making out because it didn't make any sense. And then also I was like, oh my god, alright, I was not expecting that. Yeah. So kudos on that one, but everything else.
They tried so many jump scares and they just weren't scary. But
even besides the jump scares, it was like, oh, they watched a Slender Man video and now they're scared. They're like, I'm not scared. That wouldn't scare me. That's fucking stupid. They watched a YouTube video. It's like the things that they were scared about were totally unrelatable.
Yeah.
And the things that they weren't scared about were the things that I was like, why are you not worried about these things? It's like they would, every time they would go somewhere, it was midnight. And they would walk to each other's houses. It's like, are you fucking dumb? Who wrote this? Nobody would do this.
But
it just made me angry.
I'd say that for horror movie standards, if the only thing about your movie is that you have jump scares, it's not scary. And that is what this movie had, and the jump scares weren't even fucking scary. Even a movie, like, if you've seen Annabelle Creation, I've seen that movie. That movie was scary for, like, 5 minutes, and it had jump scares, but it was a pretty bad movie. It was a better movie than Slender Man, but it was still a pretty bad movie. The one thing I think is the scariest about horror movies is if you show what's happening. And this movie showed nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't show anything. It's not scary to get turned into a tree. It's scary to get brutally murdered by Slender Man.
Mauled and ripped apart. I heard you improved your 1,600 meter dash time.
That was the beginning of the movie.
Jesus! Bad writing! The scariest part of this movie was the fucking writing. I'll put it like that. And the fact that they got their script approved. That's terrifying.
That's really scary. A movie like Hereditary. A lot of people didn't like it because a lot of people are used to the jump scare horror movies that they all like Annabelle Creation, Insidious 2, or whatever. Hereditary was one of those movies that showed things happening that were hard to watch. It's like some things happened in that movie that genuinely made me sick. That genuinely made me disturbed and terrified and sad.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think a good horror movie should make you jump a few times in the theater and then be done. It's like a good horror movie, you should feel nervous watching it the whole time, and then for the next week, you should just think about it.
That's pretty much what happened when I saw Hereditary. I also think that, not to say that what happened in Hereditary could happen in real life, but some things in Hereditary could happen in real life.
Right, it's like you have to be able to connect with what's going on.
There's one scene in Hereditary that is just turns the mood. It just shifts the mood like in an instant, and it could happen in real life, and that just made me really disturbed. But Slender Man, not scary in general.
I don't want to be turned into a tree. Oh man. I went in with no expectations, and I was still disappointed.
So again, overall opinion of the movie, like what would you give it?
If I had to give
rating?
If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I would give it a very generous 3.
I think it has a 3 on IMDb. Not even lying.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say 4.
I'd give it a 4 just because the acting saved it.
I was entertained.
Oh yeah, I
because
laughed.
it was hilarious.
Because that's the thing. It's like The Room effect, or
it's not though. Because it's just
but
bad.
it is. But it is because it's like it's so bad that you get to laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just personally me, and I guess him. It's like when it's so bad, it's laughable.
And we just like
I enjoy
tear
it.
apart the movie in my head
It's
as
like,
I watch it.
You ever watch Battleship? Oh, best comedy ever made.
Let's drop some lead on those motherfuckers.
So if you made it this far into the video and you did like this and you want us to maybe see other movies and review them or something like that, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe if you're new here, because this is definitely something we're going to be doing more often, and we have a little treat for anyone who made it to the end. I know we robbed you of Slender in Real Life 17, but we do have something slightly to give back to you as the viewer, which is the unexplained ending to Slender.
The
to the Slender
unexplained
series.
everything.
The unexplained everything.
There's
Look,
a couple pretty close comments
Yeah,
that I
like,
read that I was
people
like,
have
wow,
got-
that is
Yeah.
almost what happened.
some people have gotten like very, very close, and honestly, the real story behind it, wasn't it inspired by a comment? I think it was between the time of making 12 and 13. Somebody left a comment that was like not at all how we wrote the real ending, but like it made me think of how to write the real ending.
Actually, no, that's right. Somebody commented on it. I think Slender 12.
Before we'd made 13 and through 16.
Yeah.
And I was just
and
like,
I was
oh,
like, interesting.
we
So
could
then-
rewrite this crazy. So to sum it up, Charlie, my character, and Clem's character, are the same person. They're the same person from the future and the past. And you're just like, what? That's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Hear me out. We wrote it.
Yeah.
Hear me out. So the idea is that Slender Man is not the real villain / enemy / problem in the series at all, and he's never the head honcho. It's always Clem. Clem is at the top of the order. And what Clem / Charlie has realized is that he can create his own reality. I'm not going to explain how, but he can create his own reality by going back in time, bringing Charlie into that reality, Charlie's youngest form, and then Clem kills himself in that reality, puts his soul into Charlie's body, and is able to live forever, which is hinted at right before Clem dies. He says, Charlie, you can live forever, before Jack's character shoots him. And the idea is that he does this multiple times throughout his life. It's like this is something he does routinely, and he goes back in time, and he's been living a long time, and he's been living forever. This time, he messed up a little. And when he created this reality, and he went back in time, when he has to do this in the woods, obviously, because it happens in the woods, Jack's character, Viana's character, Hunter's character were all in the woods when he did this. They all got sucked into this reality, and that is the world that they lived in. And if you pay attention, everything that happens is controlled by Clem, secretly, in order to get Charlie to kill off every single other character so that he can become younger Charlie, because Clem can't kill any of the people in there. Slender Man can't even kill any of the people in there.
He's not physically strong enough.
He's not, because it's
Clem's
like,
not physically strong enough to do it, and Slender Man, it's Clem's proxy.
Right, that's
if
the
you
idea.
would, to manipulate everybody else to kill each other. Charlie kills pretty much everyone.
Well, that's the point, is that if you go back, Clem or Slender Man never kills anyone. Charlie kills everybody, because Clem and Slender Man make him do that, because Clem knows the only way that he can keep his thing going is if everybody else is gone. And Clem knows that he's old and he's weak and he can't kill them. And that a young, strong character like Jack could kill him if he really wanted to.
Yeah, nice and strong.
And at the end, Jack's character realizes everything. Once he kills Clem, he knows that Charlie's not going to be able to get out unless it's just him alone, and that's why he ends up killing himself, and that's why it works. Charlie finally breaks the cycle, and it's like you can obviously...
Oh wait, we forgot about Kate.
Well, yeah, Kate is someone who Slender Man turns into one of his proxies.
Lauren, who is Viana, Carl, who is me, and Kate, who was a number of people.
Yeah, many actors.
We're all friends.
Yeah, and
So-
they were all in the woods when the ritual started or whatever, and they all got sucked in.
Yeah, I forgot Charlie killed Kate, too.
Yeah. So the thing was that Clem was trying to live forever. He's been doing this for a long time. He accidentally sucks a bunch of people into it and messes up. And the series is Clem trying to get rid of everyone so he can finish his ritual. By the end of the series, they figure it out. And it's like, if you go back and rewatch, it'll probably make a little bit more sense. They figure it out. And that's why at the end of 16, I put on the jacket and the glasses, and I look like Clem, because I am Clem. That's it. Which I think is a little bit deeper of writing than the Slender Man movie we saw. It's like we put some thought into this. It's like
there's obviously some pretty big problems with the Slender Man series because we were shooting on a budget of $0.
And we were a lot younger.
And we were 15.
Yeah. But that is like the secret hidden story.
Yeah.
So,
I thought we wrote a better story than the Slender Man movie.
and just story-wise, yeah.
I feel like if we remade the Slender series, which will never happen,
With like the budget they had.
And like we shot it at nighttime, it'd be probably better.
If you have any more questions that we didn't answer, feel free to comment. We'll try to, just to tie things together. So thank you guys for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content incoming. Let us know what you'd like to see us do because we're looking for suggestions. We want to know what you guys want, and we'll see you next time.